Happy Aloha Friday, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mai Tais at Sunset. I'm Tai.
Aloha, I'm Mai. Happy Aloha Friday. Happy weekend. I set the intention that we are going to share a lot of laughs, positivity, and healing.
Yeah, so some crazy stuff has happened in Hawaii. Let's talk about it.
The waves and the weather. This is July, late July, and there are some big storm systems that have come and gone. And the waves have been making some very big impacts at some big events. There was a wedding that a big wave came over a wall. And one of the craziest videos that I saw of the waves was this restaurant. And these people were just sitting there. And you can see the giant wave coming. And they're just sitting there. Other people further back are moving and getting out of the way. Water is already rushing in. And these older people are just sitting there watching this wave. And I'm like, oh my God, please move. It's coming. It's coming. If you've ever tried to catch a wave, you kind of know how fast things are moving and when you need to be in position to like surf that wave. And I was like, these people are going to get slammed. The video cut out before I could see what happened, but maybe it's somewhere. But that was crazy. That was crazy. And it's surge waves. This is storm waves. And that's very different than just regular, you're surfing the waves. This is storm waves, and they've got a lot more energy. And I remember surfing by Flat Island in Kailua, and when there was storm waves, those waves will take you all the way from Flat Island to
the canal. Through the canal.
Like you will go up on the sand. It's so powerful. And you have to like try very hard not to like hit the boat ramp and go up the boat ramp. Oh, crazy.
Well, because I think people are dumb. They're just standing there and this huge wave, you see it, and it's like, you've seen a movie. You've seen The Rock run from a tsunami. Like, in the movies. What movie was that? That was like, I don't know, some disaster movie. San Andreas. And he's like running away from this wave. And I'm like, you know what this wave looks like. Can you imagine like if it was a real tsunami, y'all all would be y'all all would be screwed.
But I feel like people who come to Hawaii, they're just like, I'm on vacation. Nothing can hurt me. And it was just yesterday, so randomly, I was looking up people who have gotten in trouble and may have died around the Mokulua Islands because it's so popular for tourists to come here. They get the kayaks and they go around the Mokuluas because it's so close. It's so close to go out there.
Did you find a lot of death?
Unfortunately, yeah. There's been a lot of people who run into problems. They get swept into, and there's so many people who climb the Mokulua Islands and they get swept off the rocks. And behind the Mokulua Islands, it is deep. It is deep. Like that is where we were sitting in our canoes and a whale came up from really close to us and just shot up like a building. And I think I talked about that in our one of our very early episodes. But it's that deep. It's that deep that a big full-grown whale can come up next to you.
No thanks.
Yep. Yeah. So the surf report says that I think it said 18 feet. I have been punched in the face by big giant waves so many times. They hurt when you have like this big mountain of water falling down.
Well, you don't realize
your
how strong it is
body.
until you're in it. But I mean, question on Hawaii News Now: is there any kind of videos or something we can reference?
I was gonna try to do a screen recording off of the internet.
Oh, it's like all over the news.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at this on Hawaii News Now. They have a list of Elvis's favorite spots in Hawaii. So we all know Elvis loved Hawaii.
Because that movie just came out.
I haven't seen it yet, and I'm so disappointed. I haven't gone yet.
Did you know that I think he had like a license, like he was a U.S. Marshal?
What?
Isn't that a weird fact? Like he went to the president at the time and just said, hey, I want to be a licensed, I think it was U.S. Marshal. So he could arrest people. And it was like right after he got that, there was this really funny story about this guy who came and tried to steal some of his jewelry. And he drove his car and stopped an airplane from taking off
How
to
funny.
pull that guy off of the airplane and get his stuff back. But, you know, Elvis is such a cool guy that he just said, hey, kind of gave him like a talking to. I think he might have even given him some money and then let the guy go. But he went onto like a tarmac on an airport and like, hey, I have this badge and I'm going to use it. And he pulled over an airplane. That I learned on Drunk History. If you ever watched Drunk History,
I want to watch
my God,
that
I'm
one
such a
about
fan.
Elvis. Huh. Okay.
It's funny.
So this
It's
is
funny.
his...
I love Drunk History. Okay, sorry.
Let's just do a fun fact Hawaii style Elvis. So on one of his earlier trips to Hawaii, Presley sent a telegram to Honolulu Star Bulletin expressing his excitement to experience Hawaiian hospitality on his visit. His relationship with Hawaii only strengthened after his first trip in 1957. I want to read this. It's to Honolulu Star Bulletin. It's a telegram, so it probably sounds weird. Aloha. Very enjoyable trip, sunbathing, swimming, tennis, reading. I know I will enjoy your islands. Like to surf and swim, getting good tan on board. Have read about Hawaiian hospitality and am eagerly looking forward to same. Best of luck, Elvis Presley. And then some of his favorite places are Tantalus Lookout. Very
beautiful.
It's an aerial view of Diamond Head and all this other stuff. And now you can all of Honolulu, so you can like look
All
out.
of Honolulu.
It's very surreal looking. Like the one that they took recently, it's beautiful. A lot more buildings than 1957 or early on. Let's see, Hanama Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Blaisdell Center, they actually have a statue of Elvis because that's where he did his 1973 comeback special.
Yeah.
For those of you who couldn't see what I was doing, I was like celebrating it. Pearl Harbor, he actually liked to go there and he did a benefit concert and all the funds went straight to the memorial. He filmed 2 movies at the Polynesian Culture Center, so Blue Hawaii and Paradise Hawaiian Style. I fell in love.
Well, they're Polynesian style sets ready to go.
I love
Polynesian
Blue Hawaii.
Cultural
That's
Center.
like one of my favorites. And when they get married, they're literally standing on one of those rafts that goes through the Polynesian Culture Center, and they're singing, and I'm just like, it's great. Hilton Hawaiian Village was his favorite hotel to stay at, and they do have a statue of him in there. And then Rock Island Cafe on Oahu. It's a 1950s themed eatery. He likes Kuio Highway on Kauai. That's where he filmed more of Blue Hawaii. Poco Palms Resort in Kauai. It was destroyed in the 90s and remains closed.
My mom had a coworker who called in sick. And then my mom saw her on the news later that day because she was first in line to buy tickets for an Elvis concert. And they interviewed her for the news. And I'm like, wow, did she get fired? And she's like, no, but she got a stern talking to. Yeah. Like, if you're going to call in sick,
she should have just
don't be on the
asked,
news.
You know? Like, I want to be first in line, you know? What else we got? So, big waves. That usually does happen, though, but it doesn't usually, like, affect the shoreline, right? Because I know the North Shore gets, like, big waves every season.
In fact, this season, one house went down it fell down the erosion beach, all that erosion of the sand. The house fell over.
I know on the Big Island, like people were in their condos or their condo rentals, and they had like their glass doors open and stuff, and they were on the balcony, and the wave like went up into the 3rd floor of the condo
and broke the windows.
And it went straight through the house. I was like, how terrible would that be?
Because surge waves are so powerful. They are.
I don't think people realize
really
until they're actually
powerful.
like in the water. Then they are like, "Oh shit, water is strong."
It's scary how fast you move in a surge wave.
Yeah, you have no choice. You're like, go with it. Hold your breath. There's no fighting it.
Go with it. There's no fighting it for sure, and you just don't want to be bowled over by it.
Like rolling over in it, you can break your neck.
Regular waves hurt enough. Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I'm concerned about, people come here, they're on vacation, but if they don't know what's happening with the weather, they can easily, be injured. Don't go out there when it's surge waves. Stay on land. Don't go out on a boat tour I feel sorry for the people whose livelihoods are boat tours. But it's
No, you're
dangerous
absolutely
to
right.
be out there.
Just gotta be careful. But I mean, you only live once too, so.
There was this other thing on the news about these scientists who are studying sharks, tiger sharks specifically. I think they were off of Maui, but I was watching the video and I was like, oh, I know that channel so well. Going Maui to Lanai and back.
That was a great race.
I love that race.
When you told me about that, I was like, I bet that was like really nice.
It was beautiful. And it's weird to like depart an island on a canoe to go towards another one. And then you arrive there hours later. And it just takes you back to this, like the history of how the early Hawaiians traveled between the islands. It's like, yeah, just grab a canoe. Let's go.
To kind of work for it too. Like you earned it. You're like, I'm here. I didn't pay for it. Really. I mean, you paid for it through sweat equity, but you still.
And it just takes a few more hours. Speaking of paddling, they did have races yesterday. Traditionally, the races are for paddling on Sundays with Okra. And so that race association had their races in Kaneohe Bay. I think they were probably okay. Kaneohe Bay is kind of a protected bay, but you remember that one time when we tried to like paddle out to the sandbar and it wasn't even storm conditions. It was just regular wind chop. And I was so angry because I kept falling. My canoe kept just tipping. It was just like the littlest.
It was not stable. It was not a good choice. Like we made a bad choice.
We did make a bad choice. And I'm really glad we turned around when we did and went back because you
were like, I have a boat. Why am I doing this? And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. And Kaneohe Bay is known for its shark population. It's a nursery.
Yeah.
So technically the sharks are usually well behaved and they don't I don't think that there's ever been a recorded attack by sharks in Kaneohe Bay specifically.
Just a bump.
They'll just bump into you. And it's like you just don't want to get bumped on a teeny tiny little one-man canoe by a shark.
Right.
Because they're not graceful when they bump into you. They kind of like ram into you.
No, they knock the hell out of you.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to fall on one. I don't want to do that.
So, welcome back. It is time for a review of Amazon Prime Day purchases. I think I went a little bit crazy, but not crazy enough. I bought quite a few objects that I actually needed, and I wanted to give you a short review. One of the best sort of purchases that I bought and the most steeply discounted was an Echo Dot 4th generation. I bought it for my parents. It was only listed at $29.95. It included a smart light bulb with it, and which is probably around $15 to $20. And then the original price of the Echo Dot was actually $49.99. So that was like the best purchase I got on Amazon Prime Day.
Okay, wait. Tell me again. The Echo Dot is the thing that you talk to it, and
correct.
It will order things for you?
It will order things for you. It'll play music. It's a little speaker hub.
Okay.
So I got one for my parents because now they have moved upward and onward to using now voice-controlled lights.
Okay.
Especially for their bedroom. So my mom will go in and say, like, Alexa, turn on my lamp. And then her lamp will turn on. I have it rigged to be like, turn on Ty's lamp at my house. But we're all on the same Amazon, like, sort of thing.
You're on an ecosystem with Amazon.
So the funny thing was, I forgot that my mom used my lamp.
Yeah.
So I also was saying my lamp. And so she said sometimes in the middle of the night, the light would turn on because I'm over at my house trying to turn on my lamp. Whoa. So it was really funny. So I had to change.
She lives miles away.
Right. But the Echo is like linked. So the Echo light system is linked to one account because I had to set it up for them. Right. So I changed it all around. Now I use my name. I'm like, turn on this lamp, turn on that lamp. And so it worked out really well. Thought that was a really great buy. My parents actually just had their shower redone, and the shower head that came with the renovated shower was not that great. So I've always bought these things called the Spark Pod shower head, so they're all in my house. And I just bought one for my parents. They literally said, because I took the kind of adapter out of it to
Yeah.
sort of regulate how much water pressure comes in. They said they feel like they're in a power wash. They love it, but their skin is like, but the shower head that I got them is literally the most powerful shower head ever, especially if you take the adapter out.
Okay.
Another set of things that I bought was like, I like solar lights because I think they're eco-friendly. I think they work really well. So I bought some outdoor lights. I didn't really read the description well enough, and so they're actually like this blue lights. I was looking for white, and they
Yeah.
ended up being blue. So when they turned on, I was like, why are they blue? Is this like an option? So I was like scrolling through the options on the back of the button, and I realized I had bought blue lights. And I was like, damn it.
Is
So
it just something that's like painted on the outside of the plastic, or?
no, they're actually like blue LEDs. I don't know. It looks like I'm just having like this weird blue rave in front of my house now because they're like twinkle lights. So I wrapped them around my carport so you could
Yeah.
see when you come in where to park. Blue.
It looks like a party.
Goodbye,
though.
but not what I meant to buy. Like totally.
Well, Prime Day frenzy.
Yeah, and actually I think one of the things I really do want to review is these car seat pads. So in Hawaii it gets hot, right? You have
Yep.
cloth seats in your vehicle. I have leather, and they get so freaking hot in the summer because one, it's hot as hell, and then you're wearing short shorts. Like I wear short shorts throughout the summer. And so you get in, you're like, mother, and then, like it's burning, and then you start to sweat, and you get that leg sweat, and it's just gross. Well, I found these car seat pad covers, easy installation, whatnot. Got two, one for the drivers, one for the passenger, and they are amazing. They don't move. My butt is cool, like comfortable, it's a little extra padding, and my butt doesn't burn. So great buy, loved it. I am disappointed in the vacuum cleaner I bought
Okay.
because it doesn't have like a rolly in front of it to kind of self-propel.
Yeah.
So I'm like having to like push it manually
Arm workout.
across the floor. Yeah, I kind of like my old ghetto one, but it stinks. So I threw that one out a little prematurely. I mean, this one works great. It picks up everything. It's just a lot of like manual labor, so I will never buy another cordless vacuum cleaner ever again. I'm going to stick to the corded ones because they last longer.
I don't know what brand that vacuum is that you left here when you lived with me. I think it's a Red Devil or something. That thing's still going.
Does it have a cord?
Yeah, it's corded. It's a kind of a big upright.
I feel like the life span of a corded, I'm like angry about it. I'm like, I feel like the lifespan of a corded vacuum cleaner is just so much better than a cordless one, and the features are just way better. So never again shall I spend money on a cordless vacuum, even a Dyson. Like Dyson is just not good. I think the one that we had at my parents' house like electrocuted me one day, and my mom like gave it the heave ho. Like I literally, my hair was like standing up.
For as expensive as Dyson is, we also had a vacuum. It died, I swear, within the first few months. And we were just like, this was terrible.
I think a lot of people are, actually 3 of my friends have the same, plus my partner. So 3 of my friends plus my partner have all the same Bissell, like pet hair destroyer ones, and they swear by it. It's lived forever. I'm like, okay, I'll get one of these next time. But I'm not about to go out and buy like another $100 vacuum cleaner because I'm going to give this one a little bit more oomph to it. Maybe I'll get a workout, but whatever. Yeah, so I bought like a couple more like little items here and there. Shout out to Wonder Wafers air fresheners. Those are fantastic for your cars. They all come individually wrapped, and you just toss them in like cup holders and wherever, and they smell fantastic for like weeks.
Okay.
Wonder Wafers. They're just little wafers. $9.
Do you take your? I remember you taking your dogs like in the car all the time.
Yeah.
Are you still doing that? I mean,
it's too hot. It's too hot right now, but in the wintertime I will.
But I don't remember your car ever being smelly as much as you would carry your dogs around.
It's smelly down here. I feel like it's smelly down here because it's so hot. Everything in my car is like baking. So it smells like a combination of like burnt leather and possibly a little bit of like natural BO from dogs.
Isn't your car like barely 2 years old?
No, it's actually going on 4 in December. Because I bought it in December of 2018, even though it's a 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it December 2018, like right before Christmas. So, and I'm doing pretty good. It has less than 40,000 miles on it. So, being
Well,
in
you're
Texas,
hardly
that's pretty
driving.
good for not driving.
Yeah.
Well, I'm driving, but like I'm trying not to overly drive. And I will say that my partner has like a gas saving vehicle. Sorry, my partner has a fuel efficient vehicle, so she's very like accommodating and drives her car more because if you can get 30 miles per gallon, it is better than like 12 to 14. Just saying.
Well, it is an SUV. I mean, you've always had like a big SUV. You had a big truck here.
Yeah, and then when I had that little red car, that was like great because it did save a lot of gas.
Yeah. Were you driving a lot with that little red car?
Well, I was driving over the hill to work down in Honolulu from Kaneohe. So, yeah, I think when
That's about 20 miles each direction.
When I sold it, it had 20,000 miles on it when I sold it. So it was pretty good. But
that is really good.
I sort of wish I had it still just because it would have been a nice like gas saver. But now I'm like, it's so low to the ground, I would have probably gotten run over on the freeway or something.
Oh, especially where you are in Texas. I mean, you tell me all the time how crazy people are driving and...
It's on the video.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
We're going to have to show it and share it with our listeners because they need to see how freaking crazy people drive. Like, I think on that video, I have that woman who's like riding on her bike with her dog pulling her like a sled in the middle of the very busy lane going the wrong way.
Wow.
Like, the one time I decided to video, I got the weirdest freaking encounter on there. And I was like, this is great for Mai. Like, she's going to love it. So I think you're going to enjoy a little bit of that because, I mean, it's one in a million. Like, I could probably post that on TikTok and be like, use that oh no sort of like background. Oh no. Like, because, I mean, she's literally coming at me and I'm like, oh shit, I'm stuck in this lane. Like, yeah, so we'll see. So I did buy actually like a GoPro mount. My GoPro Hero 4 is working like a dream. The only thing is it runs out of battery after like 3 hours.
3 hours is a long time to be recording.
I mean, it's still kicking, and I'm just really impressed because we're now on number 10, and I'm like, number 4. Like, I thought after a while, you know, like being in the salt water.
Yeah, you had that here. You were using it here quite a lot. Yeah.
The first time I lived there, yeah.
You still have to go find those videos. You have some amazing videos that I still have not seen from that thing.
I'm wondering where I put them. I know they're on my Dropbox.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Thanks for calling me out.
You are recording. I've got to remind you. You are on your brand new microphone. It wasn't a Prime Day deal, but I got mine on a Prime Day deal. It is a Shure MVL clip-on microphone, and I did send you pictures of it, and I did do a test, which I sent you my audio test as well, and it's pretty good. So when we're ready to go mobile, hopefully the two of us together will get to do some fun mobile things. I told you I had like 20 sets of tarot deck cards in my shopping cart.
What did you get?
None of them came on sale. So as I started putting them save for later, there were 2 actually that I could not resist. And one of them was this one called the Mystical Manga Tarot, because I absolutely am obsessed with this art. Yeah,
it's beautiful. I like that one.
It's very anime.
Who is that? Who is that by? Who's the artist?
It says Ran. Text by Barbara Moore. The other one that I got, which is super cute. This one is just cute, and it's called Witchling Academy.
Oh my God! It looks like Harry Potter.
It does, and it kind of was like that. And
how cute is that?
I know.
Oh my God! Now I have to Google. tarot decks. Okay, look, I'm using my silent keyboard right now.
I'm just gonna fit. Oh, and I got keyboards. I got 3 keyboards.
Nice. You guys use keyboards quite a bit.
Yes. Anyway, okay, I have something to share. You know what this is?
What is that?
You know what this is?
Yeah, it's nori.
This one is Korean seasoned nori pack, snack pack. And
nori.
I just came up with the cutest little dinner thing. So what you do is you get a bowl of rice, and you put things that you would put in sushi in different little bowls, and then everybody has fun making little tiny sushi bites. So today I'll put like just a little, you can't put a lot. It's really just bite size. So I'm going to put my little rice in the nori. And I did a video of this already, so I will post that video somewhere else. And then this is what I have to put in it today.
What is that? You better not put poke. You better not put poke in there. Oh my God, I hate you.
Poke.
Don't show me. God, I'm so hungry for poke. Like legit. Stop. Ayya.
Foodland.
Ooh, I don't like you right now. Stop. Don't show me that.
Foodland poke. Oh, it's so good. All right. That's all I'm going to have. Because I don't want to do that in front of you.
You're so mean.
No, but it's a Hawaii thing, right? But my nephews like sushi. So we also did cucumber and a cone or tuna. Whatever you like. We even did Spam. Cut up Spam and fried it, little bite-sized pieces. And then you make these little tiny sushi bites with the nori snack pack. And it actually becomes like a fun, interactive meal with everybody. So long as you have individual spoons for everything.
Yeah.
With kids. Until they're older, and then everybody uses chopsticks. It takes it the challenge up one. Uh-oh.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of My Tais at Sunset. I hope you enjoyed our little reviews of our Prime Day Amazon finds. Be sure to check us out, mytaisatsunset.com. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Right now, I'm listening to us on repeat on YouTube and anywhere you find your favorite podcast.
And until we meet again, ahui ho.
Thank you, patrons.